Kit Kat, sugar, 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 sugar high. They will come like wolves dressed in sheep's clothing. Underneath their garment lies a dark soul, lost in the void of their own shadows, seeking to suck the... Why am I messing up? Can I have some support? Can you guys clap me for Alright. Well, y'all are coming up. I'm just showing y'all that it's okay to mess up, you know, so I'm not really messing up. I'm just showing y'all that it's okay to mess up. Okay. They will come like wolves dressed in sheep's clothing. Underneath their garment lies a dark soul, lost in the void of their own shadows, seeking to suck the energy out of innocent victims like hungry vampires in search for blood. I was bitten by a wolf. I called a friend. She was my better half. We danced through life like lovers do. I held her hand when she needed help. She held my back to hide the knives she kept. We danced to her rhythmless heart until she stepped on my toes. I saw the sweetest sadness in her eyes, so forgiveness was always welcome, but she was never sorry. Her two left feet could never walk right. No matter how much she tried, she could do no right. Although we called on God together, He was her father as much as I was her sister. A beautiful danger. I called a friend. My friend, what big teeth you have. The better to rip me apart with a smile. My friend, what rough hands you have. The better to hurt me with a hug. My friend, what soft lips you have. The better to betray me with a kiss. They will come like wolves dressed in sheep's clothing. Underneath their garment lies a dark soul, lost in the void of their own shadows, seeking to suck the energy out of innocent victims like hungry vampires in search for blood. We call them friend. My friend, how dare you sleep in my bed knowing you slept with my king? Sitting on my throne will not make you a queen. You are less beautiful now. Blowing the trumpet of someone else's horn sounds a lot more like low self-esteem, and you played it well. You danced beneath my sheets to a love song, but I will not cry listening to one. You fell into His arms, singing to the top of your lungs in heaven, but that will not make me go through hell. You were my favorite angel, a beautiful danger, my perfect mistake. We roar like Lucifer in God because you tried to take my place. How did you become so jealous? Where did you learn to hate yourself so much? Tell me, who clipped your wings and made me the envy of your existence? Don't you know that fallen angels crawl in the dirt like serpents? So you will never reach high enough to take my crown. Your bite marks will heal. My scars will fade. And these broken bones will tell the tale of how I danced with the devil and survived.
It took 3 maple leaves to shatter me, to wither my hopes, my dreams, evaporate my self-esteem until I am nothing but a wilting tree, dying. Of starvation on this harvest night, what irony, what hypocrisy it curses the very seeds we planted that will never get to reap. I weep. I forgot how lonely one shadow can look, just busy remembering all the times you'd say jump, and boy, did I leap in your arms. Felt like paradise, with ice in my lemonade, refreshing to parched throats on those sauna summer days to Shirley Murdoch as we lay heads deep in beach sands, like nigger knots can wash out grains easily, like we were free to express because the shores stored our secrets best. maybe this wasn't meant to be. Maybe you weren't meant for me, because summer flings dare not swing past autumn's trees, sun. You dare not knock on rain's door, you rather her thunder and lightning pour out her stories of a failed love. So what is love? What is love? Just a moving cloud of haze memories. What is love? Tell me, where is love when every single lover disappears, huh? I didn't know men could live like hurricanes. That their feelings are only present during the heat waves, so my knees caved into submission again. And can I ever forgive myself for falling flat on these faces that catch me with no solid reason? I thought love lived long past seasons. I thought hearts grew fonder with the shifting of weather. I never crumbled or fold from the whispers of winter. I've been meaning to write Santa Claus a letter. Because all I ever wanted was you this Christmas, and damn it, I've stayed faithful and fair and good as promised. So why does every man think that I deserve lumps of coal? Glances, cold touches, ignored texts, as if the times we spent together were just fossil, fueled by the fire kindles whenever we made love. As though we never made love. As though you never knew me. Summer 08, you promised me that when you came back, I could be yours. Summer 09, when you kissed me, I could have sworn love would treat me well. In summer 10, I would have waited for you as long as you would let me, but you moved on, and in autumn 11 is where you left me. I don't see the beauty in these indecisive leaves, nor all the neutral colors and sweater sleeves. Halloween pumpkins are famous for gossiping. And I bet I'll be the only one selfish this Thanksgiving, because I'm sitting here hoping that spring can devour me with a bouquet of joy and a man drenched in my favorite cologne, and won't he convince me to dance? To prove to autumn that our love won't have two left feet, and although I'm petrified, the fool inside is still telling me to love again. So I will. And I will love hard, and this love will hurt, but it may last this time, because I will push, I will fight, we will fight, we may break, we may lie and then apologize, but it's gonna last this time. But then summer creeps back like a thief in the night, with his coconut mist, calypso pans, melted skies, melting ice cream cones, bones, supporting these beach bodies, melting hearts. Summer romance knows how to melt my heart. Then in pattern, September will come once again. And like autumn, our love must fall. Because I am convinced that I was jinxed to step on leaves that sound like my heart breaking. So rake the remnants of our love, just rake them all. What a treacherous heart. We carved on maple trees once green, and I know autumn well. It treats me nothing but tricks like Halloween, so if I see 3 maple leaves, it will shatter me. It will wither my hopes and dreams, drain me of all the esteem that I have left. I am nothing. If I can't be in your arms, was maybe where I wasn't meant to be. Maybe you just weren't meant for me. I have never seen summer flings ever trespass autumn's maple leaves.
Hello, new people. Y'all alright? New people in the back. I hope we have a lot of performance tonight. So we got some new performers coming up on stage tonight. Look like that's what happening, right?
Yeah.
First new performer getting a free drink. So y'all don't be too scared. Y'all don't just jump right
Would
out
that
at
be a
once.
free drink of choice?
No. See, that's these baby. They always want choose. They entitled to say. No, we get golden juice here. What we have here is a time stands still as we embrace our eternities together this day. And though it took me what may have felt like forever to say I love you, I do. God knows I do, and I'm glad I did too, because The cultivation of our emotions transformed and culminated into a tsunami of devotion from me to you and vice versa. Even as I typed this, I couldn't keep my cursor steady because the palpitations of my heart still aren't ready for what your love has given to me. You dipped into me, found my faults and made them your own. Took the broken pieces of this broken heart and gave it a home. And I thank God he didn't come a minute too soon, because honestly, I was an hour late for work that day we met in the hallway. But you angels sure do have a funny way of saying hello though, because your presence took my breath away and your smile brought me back to life. But it was those moments in between life and death that I decided that I would make you my wife. Now, at the end of this day, our two hearts shall finally beat as one. Our tears will become the precipitation of our happiness together and the realization of our souls to one another that we are together at last. And I vow to love you through thick and thin. I vow to be with you till death do us part. I vow to love you forever. And right here, right now, is where I'm going to start. I love you. I do.
There are a million words that define but can't describe what I feel for him, how I see him, how I would love to call him my own. It's like living in a state of poverty, and though given the opportunity, you don't necessarily want to come out of it. It's just a million and one things about him that makes me smile, brightens up my day, gives me goosebumps. He's away, and I'm thinking about him. He's there, and I wanted to stay, though I know I should let him go. Every inch of him sets my soul on fire. The way his lips stay moist and how soft his kiss is. His sensitivity, accompanied by the strength and endurance of a real man, eludes me. His heartbeat soothes me. It's like listening to the soulful sounds of India.Arie. I imagine life without him. It would go on. It would certainly pursue ways to be happy, but there will always and forever be a cavity that sits enthroned in the state of my everyday thinking. If I wrote him letters, I would write of getting water from the moon for your love, not waiting till the waters run dry, and missing you for even a second has me missing you like crazy. I would write of wanting to love you more. Why does love hurt so bad, and you are so beautiful inside and out to me. In your company, I would like to tell you that even the things I don't like about you are fine with me. That your love is like a burning fire, way down in my soul. I would say, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. I can make your heart feel something it won't. I will lay down my heart and I'll feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't. 'Cause I can make you love me if you don't. Thank you.
It was about 6 in the a.m. and my life was mayhem. Thinking matters were games and I never played them. Had lots to say then, praised me for my cadence. And I was always working for it. Had to say when I was lost. I wasn't aware of all my talents. I was walking on a tightrope and wasn't aware of balance. Granted, understand that I couldn't understand it. So when the praise right off, the feeling left me stranded. One strand that I had to pull myself up. The paper weighed me down, I was trying to get the wealth up. My mentality was stuck inside these fallacies. Tossed up, I lost trust in fake realities. Spirit lifted, but my mind was at the darkest depths. Tend to get eaten when you're sleeping with some sharks as pets. And even logic at the crisis deep inside of me. Fighting myself, I was a product of society. Puffing clouds, and my judgment got in scuffles with it. Mind spasms, and I couldn't tell my muscles quit it. I was tasting it, embracing it, angry in the face with it, spitting dope verses in the mic, and we was taping it. But I never let the family. I never made the family proud with the words I wrote. I spit the venom, and yet needed the antidote. The connotation of abomination haunts my basement, and the skeletons in my closet trying to form a nation. Annihilation. My mind is racing. The masked error couldn't make up all the time I wasted. Or the pain I tasted, had to make it count. I got the boulder off my shoulder, moved it by the ounce. Fruits of my labor, I made a lot of it roll out. I heard my uncle telling me, y'all hold out. Hang tight, hold on, press on, go long. Finish, had to tell him sayonara, so long.
God's voice is not one to be ignored, but running away from it is a time-honored tradition. People arguing to themselves may be the one-sided conversation of a chosen prophet and God's choice. Even those who choose to heed his voice become frustrated when no one else chooses to believe, to hear, to commit, or submit. Even speaking to a brick wall is better because walls just stand and take it. They don't curse back, accuse you, or become hypocrite and fake it. They can have false love, dancing in the wrong spirit, laying in wait like that lion trying to devour the weak, and we wonder why modern day prophets are afraid to speak. And then there's also when that rock is struck and the water comes out in you, they think they made it because it comes out of their mouth. We doubt, and I include myself in this, that you could be true because you speak like God speaks only to you, like nobody else mother could born a prophet. Or if it seems your moans and screams are for profit. You seem too consumer friendly, asking the other phones for features, asking those with the flyest clothes to lend me. That's why preachers and pimps look the same. All God's children got robes, but basically it seems you've been tested and couldn't hang like Job. See, that's why I don't want to be one, even though I'm a preacher's son, just like he won. Just like my grandfather's mother and father spoke with blessings from God. I don't want to feel destined to be. And more importantly, I don't want my vows to break and be revealed as fake. And before man and God, shown as fraud. So I'll pass on the blessing. Thank you.
And this a gangster, it's called a gangster.
Oh, yeah.
You know, y'all know who this is. You know how she's coming, she come to the stage and she touched the stage. So it's heard for Disha, aka Gangster.
They say that behind every great man is a great woman. Behind every great woman, you would see arms of angels flapping on her back. Wings covered with specks of gold from brushing up against the gates of heaven. That is the true strength of a woman. She is divine, lifting worlds over her head and carrying generations in her womb, bearing crosses on her shoulders with babies in her arms, and she would do anything for her children. Kneel before tombs until they resurrected. Give birth to them just so they could be physically connected. And she would die for them just so they could be spiritually erected, eternally manifested, and she'll be back in time just to make them breakfast, because we are her world and she is our axis, just so she could keep us on point. Pointing double-edged sword, she incarnates every word of the Bible. So every time we read her, we get closer to God. And that's why we don't swear on our Bibles anymore. We swear on our mothers. We hail our Marys with wombs lined with bits of heaven that even Jesus wants to live in us, because he knows that he can pass through us so that he can be born again. Then we can tell our children who their father is. Made from one of Adam's ribs, so that every man will know that a woman belongs at his side. And we stand erect like vertebrae, so he will know we will always have his back. Back like Rome's where ashamed men kept women as secrets. Back like tongues and throats when women were meant to keep silent. Back like women being held back. Back like tracks. Back like stabs. Back like beatings. Back like doors. Back like the side of my father when he didn't want to be with us anymore. But know that a strong woman will always confront you and never go behind your back. Know that we are strong enough to always have your back, and we will catch you if you ever have to fall back. And know that we don't have to walk behind you in order to have your back. So next time you see a great man, don't look behind him, look beside him, and you will see a great woman who will always have his back.
It goes, they told me if you love it, then let it go. The pain of letting go kills me so much. Oh, how I miss your touch. Now am I wrong for wishing that you would feel like me, like there's a weight on your chest? I swear our love was the best, but I was wrong. You felt different, that's why you left. So now it's the end of it, life goes on. I see you moved on so quick and forgot about me. Hope you're happy, because it's the last you'll hear from me. And just remember, no one could ever love you like me. But fixing broken pieces could only get you cut. So this is a letter that I wrote, and I'm letting go. That I'm letting go. Though I have many memories, the years I put so much energy, till the day I wish you would come back. I swear ain't nothing I would not do to give. I swear there's nothing I wouldn't give than to hear you say I love you. And I mean it too, and to mean it too. And so I would feel it too. But I'm a realist, though I face the facts that you're gone forever. So I just cleanse myself from my thoughts of you. So I put my soul in this notepad, repeat it to this mic. Let my words be knives, coming through the speakers, and maybe you could feel my pain.
I just want you close, where you can stay forever. You can be sure that things would only get better. You and me together through the days and nights. I don't worry, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. People keep talking, they can say what they like. I don't worry, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. No one and my heart is hurting. You will always be around. This I know for certain. You and me together through the days and nights. I don't worry, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. People keep talking, they can say what they like. I don't worry, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. 'Cause you're beautiful, yes you're beautiful, yes you're beautiful, baby. 'Cause you're beautiful, yes you're beautiful, yes you're beautiful, baby. You're my Superman, fancy nose flame. Rescue my problems when I'm out to rain. This from the depths when I lost my name. Give me something I could live for. Everybody's asking what's the change. They don't recognize I've got so much to say. And I never thought someone could love someone so much that you give up on everything. Just know I will be there when you need me. I will be there when you cry, baby. I will be there when you need someone to tell you that you're beautiful, baby. I will be there when you need someone to run with. I will be there when you need someone to dance with. I'm your lover till your sky turns gray, boy. 'Cause you're beautiful, baby. Yes, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful, baby. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful, baby.
Why are you hiding from me? I'd quickly give my freedom to help in your captivity. Thank you. I am ready for love. All of the joy and the pain, and all the time that it takes just to stay in your good grace. Lately I've been thinking maybe you're not ready for me. Maybe you think I need to
this is my, or to the title of the poem, this is my reply.
Yeah, y'all the message passing on this mic.
It's Christian English.
That was funny.
You read my letter, I know, because I got your response the other day. And boy, I must say, I was surprised to know that I would even stand a chance at being the one to show you true romance. Even though you have a man, and I know his position, I have to respect. But the connection with you, I just can't forget. You said you wish I had come along just a few months before, and then maybe we could have turned this friendship into something more. As I stood in the middle of the floor, it was just hard to ignore this thing that you call good chemistry. But to me, baby girl, it's destiny. Getting you in front of the altar is my mission. I pictured Sunday movie nights as being our tradition. Us making love until you toppled and wrestling that submission. Have you to a point where you can't make a sound, but I can guarantee when you wake up, you're going to want another round. Trust me, my hopes have been sunk. I'll go hard like LeBron in the lane, and you know what happens at the end, a slam dunk. See these words I mean them literally. Believe I long to hold you physically, caress your mind mentally, hold your heart emotionally, make love to you passionately, and promise to never treat you carelessly. I kind of feel like Beyonce because you had me at a low. Or maybe in this case it was good night. So in any event, I'm going to put up a good fight. I can tell your love is real and one of a kind. Waiting on you, I don't mind. But for now, I won't lie. I'll be sitting here waiting on your reply.
I really don't want to meet you in the street ever.
That was kind of real.
Okay. Okay, so a bit of backstory. I've got a friend that I've had for a very, very long time, and it's really, really messed up in all kinds of messed up ways. There's no better word. This is about her. Her and I. It's been 5 years now. That in itself being an accomplishment, as I've made a reputation of not sticking around for more than one. She's selfish and deluded. She says morality is relative and lacks the discipline it takes to be human. It's gorgeous, not to say she is, but this isn't about how prominent her cheekbones are. Anything pure has been stashed away, cast away. Her innocence ran away. She is the Mona Lisa of train wrecks, unrescuable, Van Gogh, bad decisions, and borderline schizo. Maybe I rubbed off on her. Hold on. Our relationship is entirely based on her jamming my fingers into her. That was Halloween. It was really, really painful. It's brilliant. No commitment. With a definition of OCD for a mother and a father in jail, who's to expect a saint? Only fools. Fools she fooled into fooling around faintly, hoping to be but fear. Fear because though you may her, do not f with her. She will f you up. And if she can't muster up the strength to return the favor, I will.
I will meet you in the street.
To her, there's no appeal in smoking. It's about the thought that she could parallel the elegance of a Brigitte Bardot lookalike from the 60s, blatantly burning one out in the back alleys of Paris. This one's the kind of girl to tell the coke dealer, "Thank you, but I've got enough baking powder." She's the girl who left me gutted, bruised neck and scraped knees, made up for it with cheap wine and bad company. Sadly, she knows one word is written all over me, loyalty, and if only the good die young, then let us be great, because I hate the sound of turning 30. Scary. Her complete inadequacy with the opposite gender worries me, and who's to say she won't end up with a neo-Nazi? Like Jackson. I don't mean Michael, I mean Jacksonville, Florida. Tattooed on his bicep because to me, if there was ever any indication of don't go there, it would be that. Despite it all, she's got the innocence of a kid in her face. She strikes with words, but couldn't for the life of her throw a proper right. She's left me balancing her bipolarity on a tightrope, and I know that if I let too much loose, she might just hang herself by it. She is the ever-shifting tectonic plates of the earth in all their glory and destruction. Pacifist one day, Bruce Knuckles the next. We could be soulmates. Here.
I remember when you said, I love you. But I remember when I said, me too. I remember when you said you love me. I remember when you carved our name in an oak tree. I remember our first kiss. And I ignored the fact that you missed. I remember when you said, together always. I remember when I stood in front of you, dazed and amazed. I remember the sparkle in your eyes, and I remember the tears you made me cry. I remember when I could have been truly honest with you. I remember me packing and you asking, is there anything I can do? I remember when I looked into your eyes. I remember when you said I have advice. Do you remember? Because I don't.
Can I withhold my chisel and chip away your past addiction because you love playing the goddamn victim? Baby, he won't ever change, but he keeps you coming back like a goddamn fiend as you abide to those broken promises. Baby, I promise you, you'll never know what comfort is. Suppress your higher progress to being blessed. Caress your upsets through a dumbass text. Baby, he got you so trained, when you see frisbees, you fetch. And I ain't dissing ladies, I'm just saying it with my chest. I place my heart on my sleeve, and the love you're cleaving onto will always leave. See, you was born by yourself, you live by yourself, you'll die by yourself, so go confide with yourself. And sometimes it takes a lot to believe in yourself, so God sends someone else to show you the light, to show you the right, to show you the strength he has when he holds the mic. But it's not in my plan. This is God's plan. And everything they couldn't, I bet you, he can. Confusion, causing, evolving contusions. Black clouds fusing, evolving. Oh shit. Black clouds fusing, evolving illusions. Black clouds moving, evolving contusions. Drugged up and losing, life seem amusing. She might be a dumb broad. My apologies, ladies, but she might be you. Whoa.
Back in the day, it was black and whites, whites beating blacks. Came from a generation of serious heart attacks. Hearts to the soul, where the story's untold. As they call us, quickly died and got old. From being pushed around and treated like dogs, Martin Luther King Jr. died from preaching to you snobs. But in the day, reality and time goes on. Karma is a switches when the times are wrong. Now you the one, but the purse they snatch, or the way you got robbed and the car they jacked. Have a sense of sensibility, cause sense ain't common these days. Unless you're getting sense right from the dollars you pay. For the least attractive things coming into our play. Like all these fake girls always buy every day. Weave nails, eyes, what a surprise. Getting something what you born with, that's dumb in my eyes.
It's time to get nasty. Don't want to leave you all in that real thoughtful note, but anyway, curious. I'm curious to know the flavor of your what's to savor. Is it milk chocolate, caramel like your skin? And once I begin, does it have a cream filling? Will eruptions take place once I begin to skillfully navigate? Does a little nibble intensify this state?
Can I roll my tongue over as I begin to figure out what category you're in? Bread, dairy, or protein? Either way, it's tasty. Finally, something I don't need a knife and a fork to eat. An animal I became, and a swine I shall be. For I have to eat all of this meal. All that you give me, from the inside tongue dips to licking the tips of your clitoris. As your legs do their familiar jingle wrapped around my neck, your thigh sends messages of pleasures to my ears. I hear you gasping for more breath as I force you to inhale and exhale at the command of the whispers to your You palm my head, driving my face deeper in, and my lips pull on yours, hoping to learn the secrets from within them. How do you want it? A combo breaker? Vulva? Intaking and massaging, or clip or finger separating it and making that man in the boat stand at attention? Let me know before I go, and do what I have to do, all in order to please you. Before I please you, I want you to feel like you're on the menu, and I'm savoring every juice and fluid coming out of you. So my question is, will you? From mine to yours, I'm just curious.
There you stood, with your beauty radiant as ever. It was clear to me that you was created on the 6th day, because on the 7th day God rested. And your face, it shone brighter than Moses' face after coming up Mount Sinai, but our love didn't consist of 10 commandments. See, in church they taught us to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of these things shall be added unto you. But behind closed doors I would seek you first in your kingdom of God and his righteousness. And all of these things was added unto me. Envy, greed, lust, gluttony, sloth, pride, wrath, all of the 7 deadly sins, along with 7 reasons as to why we should go to hell. So I went on my knees and I began to pray. And I started with the Our Father prayer, and when I was finished, I said amen. But as I pray on you, I remember the times that I would kneel before you to partake in the festival of unleavened bread. And although I never parted the Red Sea, I would use my word and staff to break down the walls of Jericho. But as I pray on you, I remember the time I knelt before you to partake in the festival of unleavened bread. And although I never parted the Red Sea, I would use my rod and staff to break down the walls of Jericho.
Preach, brother, preach.
When I was finished, it was us with the, oh man. See, what we shared was better than the body and blood of Christ, but for Christ's sake, we understood that Peter was no better than Paul, so I couldn't deny what we had, because I counted the minutes until Sunday and dreaded the minutes until Monday. See, by then, I was powerless because you were my Delilah, and now my hair was going along with my strength, and even worse, we lied like Ananias and Sapphira, hoping that God wouldn't strike us down because we was the perfect match. And this fight between us was unquenchable. But to hell with it, we didn't care, because as I whispered in your ear, I promised you I killed that little putty cat. And when it was all said and done, I still was able to come to the house of the Lord as a sinner. I
said behind closed doors, I was able to come in the house of the Lord. See, because church always told us to come as you are. And no longer debatable, we officially define the term touch your neighbor. And although you were no Beyonce, and I was no Cuban Gooding Jr., we were simply just providing temptations.